And welcome back, everybody, to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with, of course, over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, make sure you make it a Fatty Beer. Let them know two goalies, one Mike sent you. Great vibes during the holidays right now. I was actually at the Lancaster location yesterday for a little bit, grabbed myself a chicken sandwich with the famous fatty sauce, had myself an FPA mango wheat beer, and just honestly good vibes all around. You can never complain, especially when you're hanging out with your good buddy Greg Day over at the Lancaster location. Shout out to my boy Greg. And as always, extreme discount mattress with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds featuring the cool gel memory foam two-sided mattresses, Tele latex, organic mattresses, Chatham & Wells, Scott & Living, and even the Skechers mattress, all for 1/3 to a half the supposed sale prices anywhere. So stop in at any of the 7 locations across Western New York. Go check out their website, which is extrememattress.com. Extreme with an X. If you're looking for even more savings, check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with up to 80% off their already low prices. Save a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. You can get a quality mattress for literally pennies on a dollar. Extreme discount mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And also, if you mention that you are a fan of Two Goalies, One Mike or the post-game show here at I'll Hang Up and Listen, you will get a free mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress at Extreme Discount Mattress. So be sure to let them know that you heard about them from us, that you're a fan of the show. So get yourself a free mattress protector. All the different savings that they offer. Break the Take is still streaking in Buffalo. He's still streaking with Snoop, his green hat, on their way to KFC, or maybe Mighty Taco, or maybe a Fatty Beer. Hey, Frank's streaking to Fatty Beer because the Sabres are on a 8-game heater. What is it? First 8-game winning streak since the 10-game winning streak. I believe this has just been an incredible experience, and just watching this team grow and start to play together, and just a night and day difference since Jarmo Kekalainen took the reins of this team after Kevin Adams was relieved of duties. I can't express enough how much fun it has been how much fun it's been to be a Sabres fan over the last 2 weeks. And I hope, first and foremost, I hope you all enjoyed your Christmas, or whatever it is you celebrate, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is. I hope that you guys all had a great holiday weekend or week, and that you got to spend some time with your loved ones, your friends, your family. I personally, Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. Just I get to stuff my face and fall asleep on my uncle's couch. That's almost like a tradition at the O'Rourke household. It isn't Christmas until you see me sleeping on the couch. So it was a great week for me. I actually excuse my grogginess in my voice actually right now. I am a little bit under the weather. It has been a rough couple days for sure, but so I'm hanging in there. And there was no way, absolutely no chance in hell I was not doing a post-game show after 8 in a row. Like there was nothing keeping me from this computer tonight, because how exciting is this? Like, how fun is this? It's been an absolute surreal run they've been on for the past 2 weeks. And I will say this, if you're a Bruins fan after tonight, where are you at right now? Because that was a pathetic performance. It's almost like what it's been like to be a Sabres fan for the first part of the season, considering the effort that I saw out there. And I saw it like, and you see Razor's keys of the game. And I'll say this, one of his keys of the game was shut down Pasta and Geeky. And yeah, Pasta did score. He had their only goal tonight. But for the most part, him and Morgan Geeky, they were non-existent in this game. Like, where were they? They were nowhere to be found. And Buffalo did a great. I think up until like the final 5 minutes of the third period, I think like the shots were like, what was it, like 30-14, whatever it was. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane that you kept in very much like uncharacteristic of a Boston Bruins team, especially off of 4 days rest, right? Like, if I'm a Bruins fan right now, I am pretty pissed off at my team. Because that was a really, really like pathetic performance, no doubt. That was bad. There's no other words that can describe it. And again, after 4 days rest, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't start Swayman. I was surprised we didn't start Lyon. Obviously, it didn't matter in the end of the day because, you know, it was a pretty low event game for Boston up until the last 5 minutes of the third, where I think UPL, you know, he's probably challenged the most out of the entire game in those final that final frame of the third. So, like, I'm surprised. Like, I thought they'd come out with more energy, and this isn't taking anything away from the Sabres, because I thought the Sabres played fantastic tonight from start to finish. I mean, yeah, you can maybe pick hairs with the first period, but they were by and far the better team on the ice tonight. Like, no doubt about it. And I don't know, man. If I'm a Bruins fan, I'm pretty upset with my hockey team after that performance. No doubt about it. That was bad. That was really, really bad. I would say that they're questioning the effort, they're questioning the drive, and the give a shit meter. If you're a Bruins fan, just not spend too much time on that. But again, I was just surprised that they came out the way they did, no doubt. And Buffalo, but again, Buffalo came out and played a really good, efficient hockey game for the most part, 3 periods. I'm gonna hit the chat right now. This is fun. From Tage fan. Morning cup of hockey, appreciates my being a Sabres fan. Great podcast, by the way. Shout out to Johnny Lazarus, Morning Cup of Hockey. Big fan of their program too. Even the Discord chat we have does 8 in a row. Sweet. 8-game winning streak. Let's fucking go. Wish they scored a couple of those empty netters. They got one finally. Still, a win is a win, especially in your barn. Hearing those chants over the radio. Yeah, like the Key Bank Center was fucking rocking. Absolutely rocking. And I'll have to say this, like, keep it coming. It's on us, right? Like, I kind of joked about it after they won 7, but like, it's kind of on us. I joked about going to the airport. You know what I mean? Let's all go to the airport. This is blasphemy. You got a Target bag covering the Hattrick picture. Just noticed that in the background. It's on us, right? Like, the team's playing well, they're winning. You want other teams to take notice. You want other players to take notice, so that if you are competing for a playoff spot come the NHL trade deadline, that maybe other teams that have you on their no trade clause, no movement list, and they might double think it. You know, Buffalo's winning. They look good. They're getting the goaltending. They're getting they're getting the offense. One of the best penalty kills in the league. And then you think about the fan base. Man, yeah, that's a fun barn to play in. Just, it's on us, right? Let's keep this going. I know I kind of half joked about going to the airport if they end up winning 10 in a row when they get back from Dallas, because they have a few days off in between Dallas and Columbus. But, like, seriously though, like, let's not just show the players that the players in this team that we can be positive and not just negative, because they've given us plenty of reasons to be negative. Hit those late 90s and 2000s vibes. I love it. 5-on-5 Sabres rock. Let's fucking go. We are so back. UPL had great control tonight. Again, but, like, I love the way they also played defensively. Like, he didn't have to do a lot tonight. And that's not me trying to downplay his game. Like, it's just a fact. He didn't have to do a lot tonight. I thought we played really, really, really well in our own end. I think Bowen Byram has probably looked as good as he could possibly has since becoming a Sabre over this last stretch of games. I thought he looked really good tonight, played with a ton of confidence. Matthias Samuelsson, 2 goals. It was sneaky 3 points, right? He scored that goal. It was a third goal of the game. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's his 3rd point. I was like, what? 3-point night for Matthias Samuelsson? What? Oh, my God. Just fun, man. Fun. And he's got 6. That was a 6th goal in the season. His career high has been 4 in an entire season. We're not even halfway into the year. Or we might be near the halfway point, just getting close to it. So it's like, damn, man. Like, oh, my screen was flickering there. Sorry, guys. It's like, damn, like this is the best version we've seen of Matthias Samuelsson since that first year he had playing alongside Dahlin. And let's not to mention, we had no Dahlin tonight. No Dahlin tonight. He's tending to his wife, his fiance, Carolina in Sweden. Taking, the team has offered him the option of obviously we all know her health situation. Like, he's, doing what he should be doing right now, family first. And we didn't have Dahlin tonight. Like missing other guys in this lineup too. And we didn't miss a beat. Did not miss a beat. We controlled that game. Sabres got me looking for tickets for when they come to Tampa Bay next year in late February. Won't get them yet, but if they play this way, I will do. I think you should go support the team. Matthias Samuelsson is goated. The Sabres are finally playing at a level I've been expecting from them for the last several seasons. It's awesome to see. Keep it going. Power play was no good. It needs to improve. Yeah, I think if you're looking for things to complain about, the power play is definitely one of them. You got to score on that 4-minute power play. You just have to put the final nail in the coffin. They couldn't figure it out. Agreed, Kevin. They should have made Boston pay for the 4-minute power play. Yeah, I saw that too. UPL's parents were in the stands tonight. Maybe part of the reason why they gave him the start. I know this is the National Hockey League, but maybe seeing the fact that his family was Finland could definitely be a reason why he got the start tonight after a 4-day break. But again, it didn't matter because he played well. I love the comments. Matthias Samuelsson for Norris Trophy. We got here from Scott, fucking Warpath. I love it. These guys are good, scary. I'm not going to go that far yet. It's so awesome to see all 5 guys playing defense, blocking shots, and our goaltender making needed saves. I think it was it on that penalty kill where Norris lost his stick and then he sold out and blocked a huge shot. Like, yeah, man, like everybody is buying in and playing and taking their game up the next level. Even Peyton Krebs. Peyton Krebs has 5 points in his last 6 games on the top line. I mean, how can you complain about that? You saw his empty net goal the other night. What an effort. One of the most hardest working empty net goals I've ever seen. From Michael, appreciate the show for being here during our lowest and getting this winning streak and all. I appreciate that, man. Listen, we're here through thick and thin. Bruins suck. They have 1 line. Agreed. But you think, Scott, that you would think that they would come out with more urgency, and there was just none. 42 points in the season. We are currently tied. That's something. We are currently tied for, I believe it's the 2nd wild card spot, I want to say, with Florida right now. And Florida is only ahead of us because they have 20 wins. We have 19, and they have a game in hand on us. So I think that's the reason why they're ahead of us right now. And Florida just lost too. When the Sabres win on Saturday, Bills win on Sunday. Yeah, Bills need to go get a win tomorrow against the Eagles. From Jason, 7-2-2 versus the rest of the division. That's massive. Those are all 4-point games. That tonight was massive, and getting this in regulation was massive. Not allowing a division opponent to squeak away with a point. That is huge. That is huge. Winning without Dahlin is huge. I agree. We all forgot Krebs has an offensive upside because he was forced to be a fourth-line center. Compare this winning streak with a 10-game winning streak in 2018. What are the biggest differences you see? I mean, let's face facts. I think that when it came to that team that was led by guys like Eichel and Reinhart, I think like the level of skill with certain players on that team were higher. Like Eichel would be the best player on this team. As you know what we hate as Sabres fans, bitter Sabres fans, hate to admit it, he would be. Reinhart would still probably be the best player on this team. He's a former 60 goal scorer. But like, I think I shouldn't. I'm not going to say I would take that team over this team or this team over that team because of that team had Eichel and Reinhart. But like, it's close, man. I just think that you're getting the goaltending right now compared to back then. You can remember that team fell apart. That team fell apart after that 10-game winning streak, and that could very well happen to this team. But we are getting the goaltending. We are getting the defense. I would say, without having the numbers in front of me, I think the biggest difference there is they are probably cashing on the power play, right? You Jeff Skinner, you Jeff Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart. They were probably scoring more on the power play. In 2018, 7 games in OT shootout, a lot of puck luck. Yeah, like I think the biggest difference probably between this team and that team was definitely goaltending. I think we're getting the better goaltending right now. Alex Lyon has been on an amazing streak right now. UPL has played well when called upon during this 8-game streak. I believe he's played 2 of the games. I believe he's played 2 of the games in this 8-game streak, and he's 2-0. Alex Lyon 6-0. I would say, but again, special teams is probably a big part of that too. I would say that the team in 2018 probably, if I'm just guessing, they were probably getting a lot more luck on the power play, a lot more success in the power play. So, yeah, there are differences, but I would say for me, this team leaves it all out on the ice. Like you are not questioning their effort right now. They haven't given you a reason at all to question their effort, right? Like from puck drop to the final horn, they are engaged and they are playing their asses off and are willing to skate through a wall. They're structured, and that has been the biggest difference pre 8-game winning streak to now. And I do think the urgency does have to do with the new GM. Like, how can you say that it doesn't? You have people out there on Sabres Twitter that say, "Oh, this is hashtag thank you, Kevin." Fuck off. Like, listen, like that team, these players aren't afraid of any repercussions from Kevin Adams. They just weren't. They are, though, of Jarmo Kekalainen, because they know Jarmo Kekalainen is not afraid to take a huge swing and make a big trade. And I think that's a big part of it. I do. I just do. I think that, when you have a guy like Jarmo Kekalainen in place who's willing to hold you accountable, and your spot isn't always going to be safe on this team. I mean, are we going to sit here and pretend that the play of Peyton Krebs hasn't changed a lot since Jarmo Kekalainen has taken over? He's got 5 points in 6 games. I mean, I've never questioned his heart or his effort, never in my million years. But you want to know what? He's producing on the score sheet right now. He had 2 points tonight. I think when you have a guy like Jarmo in the organization, and even probably when he took over as senior advisor, you can't tell me that there probably wasn't whispers in that locker. It was like, shit, man, like Kevin's job could be gone, and we could be answering to a guy like Jarmo Kekalainen. That's a real thing. That is absolutely a real thing. Why wouldn't it be? It's a different boss in town. Like Lindy obviously has say in the roster, duh. But like when it comes to major decisions with trades, releasing players, waiving players, like that's on the GM. And when you have a guy like Jarmo Kekalainen who's not afraid to hold you accountable, like who are you? If you're a player in the chat, if you are a player on the team, who are you afraid of when it comes to losing your job or being traded or being waived or whatever? Are you more afraid of Kevin Adams or are you more afraid of a Jarmo Kekalainen? It's Jarmo 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday. It's just the way it is. And I think that really does add to it. Kesslering needs to get healthy and start contributing. Yeah, he was hurt last game for sure. Like he was back and forth out of the tunnel, something with his lower body. Being healthy has helped the Sabres a lot. There's a lot of players playing for jobs. Talent has always been there. Hockey is the ultimate effort sport, and they are playing with confidence. I agree, Mark. 100% agree. From Captain Ahab to and to think just last summer I was calling for Sammy's head. Feed your families equals play better or you're gone. Agreed. I feel kind of bad about joining in on the trade Sammy bandwagon over the summer now. I mean, no, I don't feel bad about it. I love what we've seen from Samuelsson. Don't get me wrong. But the play was indicative of the criticism. Like, the criticism was indicative of the play, or however you want to say it. Like, the criticism was justified. I don't feel bad about it. I love it. I was on the Matthias Samuelsson hype train when they first signed with that deal because I saw what the potential was when he played with Dahlin. That first year that earned him that contract. They were among the best pairings in the National Hockey League in those 50-some-odd games, whatever it was. But, like, yeah, injuries played a huge, huge part into his downfall over the last couple of seasons. And the criticism was justified. It was. But now that he's healthy and he's playing to the level that we saw that earned him that contract when he got it, yeah, man, like, let's celebrate as much as we criticize, right? Like, I'm extremely excited. For again, is Miss Samuelsson leading the all defensemen in points? He might be. Can someone look that up for me in the chat? Is Samuelsson leading the all defensemen in points? That'd be great. Should Yarmo still look into making moves at the deadline? If so, who would you trade? If so, who would you trade right now? Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to be a playoff team at the NHL trade deadline, yeah, you make moves. You absolutely moves. And I don't know who you trade. Jordan Greenway sticks out mine. I know he had a good game past couple of games, but at the end of the day, like, who's expendable on this roster? You look at guys like Jack Quinn, who just aren't consistent at all. Jordan Greenway, Jack Quinn, even though I think Bowen Byram has played some of his best hockey over the last handful of games, I think Bowen Byram's name is definitely out there. I've seen, I mean, David Pagnotta for the fourth period brought up Owen Power. Teams are calling about Owen Power. I really don't think, unless your name is Tage Thompson or Rasmus Dahlin or Zach Benson, the current players on this roster right now, I don't think your job is safe. I don't. Even listen, or Josh Norris. Sorry, so I'll throw Josh Norris in that conversation because when he's healthy, you could argue he's your best forward. Oh, there she is. 8-game winning streak here. Got the Daisy dog here. There she is. Oh, join the show. Yeah, I don't think anybody's job is safe unless your name is Tage Thompson, Zach Benson, Josh Norris, or Rasmus Dahlin. I might even throw Samuelsson in that conversation right now. Oh, excuse me. Dahlin has 28. Byram. Oh, wow. But Dahlin with a sneaky 28 points. Wow, I didn't realize that. But yeah, it's hard for me to sit here and think that nobody's expendable on this team right now. And Yarmo, you see his history at Columbus that year. He really went for it at the deadline where he had his two biggest assets in Bobrovsky and Panarin, both guys who had expiring contracts in that season, and he chose not to trade them. And then they swept Tampa in the first round. Obviously, didn't work out. The goal wasn't met. They didn't win a Stanley Cup, but like, he has been known to make really bold moves, and I think that is something that position has needed, probably since Tim Murray, right? No doubt about it. When you know your teammate is going to be there, set plays makes a huge difference. Well done. Yeah, again, structure has been a big part of this 8-game winning streak. 5-on-5, they have been incredible. Just like what he mentioned, set plays, everybody knowing they have an assignment or a job each individual shift that they're out there for. Guys are getting to the net, 2 men in front of the goalie, screening, holding their positions. Guy always in the bumper spot, working the puck at the point, again, getting pucks to the net, setting up deflections in front. The chemistry and the cohesiveness between certain lines has been undeniable, and that has been a huge part of this 8-game winning streak, without a doubt. Can't stress that enough. The buy-in effect is there. You could tell clearly big difference, and it's continuing. I agree. Benson was invisible tonight. Again, maybe Zach Benson isn't getting on the score sheet as consistent as you like him, but he finds ways to contribute in other ways. He always does. I'll never criticize. I mean, I shouldn't say I'll never criticize Zach Benson, but he always finds a way. If he's not going to contribute on the score sheet, he finds ways to affect the game. You never have to question his effort, never have to question his intensity. He's always out there trying to make a difference some way, shape, or form. I believe we are 0-10-2 without Dahlin this year. Well, add a 1 to that. 1-10-2 if that is true, because they won tonight. Who would have honestly thought 4 weeks ago that this team is capable of winning 8 straight? Not me. I love how Yarmo mentioned everyone in the front office also has to be flexible and could be assigned any job on the team insofar as it helps the larger organization. Lindy is notorious for flipping lines. He lets them stay together even when not always looking good. Yeah, like that Quinn line has not looked great. That's for sure. I can't remember if that was the same line tonight that they had when they won 7 in a row, but that line was a problem and has been a problem. But again, it's hard to break things up when you're winning 7, 8 in a row. Sally's going to let this little girl say goodbye. Say goodbye. There she is. Then you have Dom over here. Oh, here he is. Another guest appears by Dom the dog. There he is. Yeah, and now you have on to St. Louis, a very winnable hockey game for 9 in a row. Very winnable hockey game. The Blues, let me look up their record right now. The Blues currently are in the third. The Blues are beating the Predators 3-1 right now. There's 10 minutes left in the third period. They're 14-16-8 en route to being 15-16-8. It's a very winnable hockey game. Hey, calm down. Obviously you've heard the rumors surrounding Jordan Kyrou being on the trade block. They I'm not saying they're possibly in midst of rebuild mode, but they could be. When you're talking about trading a kid like Kyrou, they have problems in that. They were banking a lot on Bennington this year, and it hasn't worked out for them. Is Bennington playing right now? No, Joel Hofer's playing right now. But they have not gotten guys like Rob Thomas have underperformed this season. Jordan Kyrou has actually Rob Thomas has underperformed. He's got 27 points in 34 games. But I think they expect a lot more out of him. There's a lot more out of Jordan Kyrou. Buchnevich, a lot of the guys that Colton Parayko. I think this team, the way their roster set up, they have a lot of youth on there, could definitely be a team that might be looking to selling at the deadline. And I love the idea of Jordan Kyrou being a Buffalo Sabre if the price was right, for sure. On that right wing in the top 6, that'd be beautiful. But again, a very winnable hockey game. And then you go into Dallas Stars, a very, very good hockey. Jason Robertson is on an absolute he's torching the league right now. Robertson has been fantastic, and he's not even under contract yet. I still don't believe can't believe they haven't traded. They haven't signed that guy yet. So that's an interesting conversation for maybe come NHL trade deadline. If that guy isn't signed yet, do they keep him, or do they possibly lose him? I don't know. Is he an RFA or is he a UFA? I don't even know. 1 second, guys. These two are getting a little out of control. Dogs are going crazy, so I'm going to try and wrap this up real fast. I'm not sure. If is he an RFA or a UFA? I'm not sure. But again, an interesting conversation coming NHL trade deadline because that's a guy that's been in trade conversations in the offseason. But again, I think Buffalo always plays Dallas pretty well, especially in Dallas. Another potential Lindy revenge game. Getting 10 in a row against Dallas. I'm telling you, man, I will go to the airport. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if people think it's the dork thing to do. To show this team appreciation, show national media that Sabres fans are back, that the Sabres are back. I'm playing a long game here, guys. I am. Like, I know some people, when I tweeted that out last week, was like, oh, wait till they, clinch a playoff spot, then do that. No, man, I'm playing the long game. Playing the long game. I want to show the media, teams around the league, players in the league, that this fan base is back, that this team is back, and show up. I don't care if it's only 50 people. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Still be awesome. In low temperatures. I don't know where they fly in from or how you have to find them, but we do it with the Bills. They do it with the Bills. The Bills ask people to show up at the airport for just random regular season wins. Why not us? Why not us Sabres fans? Why not? From J Cap, only guy I'd move on from is Jack Quinn. Has a negative trade value, but don't hate the idea of trading picks and prospects to offload him and add to the forward core. Tuck and a prospect for Robertson. I mean, but here's the thing. I think if this team, if Alex Tuck is still on this team come the deadline, then you have to trade him. But if this team is trending towards playoffs before the deadline, I think they get him signed. I think they do. I think he's very important to this team. I think he's very important to keeping guys like Tuck and Dahlin happy, guys you don't want to see get upset. So I'm on the side of that. If they're trending towards a playoff spot before the trade deadline, that they get him signed. That's what I thought. Robertson is an RFA. Dallas has made it clear they won't go over Rantanen's 12 AAV. But he's worth it, man. I think he's worth it. I know it's scary to play a player like that, but with the cap going up, if you are trading for Jason Robertson, then you probably have to trade a guy like Alex Tuck to make that work. Power and Quinn for Kyrou. Great idea of showing up to the airport. I would literally drive up from Toronto to do that. Right? Like, listen, guys, like, if Dion Dawkins will probably ask fans, like, and I love Dion. He's a friend, but like, he'll probably, hey, see you guys at the airport. If that game's in Philly. Is it in Philly? I think it's in Philly, right? Yeah. Like, oh, we'll see you at the airport for a random regular season win. Why not Sabres fans? Why not for 10 in a row? It's not stupid. I would do it. I would absolutely do it. I wanted to be there tonight, but I felt like shit. I would have paid $150 for a nosebleed ticket tonight, but I felt like absolute trash and wouldn't have been miserable, but like I got that like post-nasal drip stuff going on where, all the sinus pressure up in my nose and up into my head, a constant headache, and I don't know if I would have been able to I would have made it through, but it would have been tough. But you know what? Sure as shit, I'll be there. I'll be there at the airport. Hell or high water. Let's make it happen, Sabres fans. Make it happen. Before we get to the post-game comments and the final thoughts here, I'm going to shoot it back to our sponsors at Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, please make sure you make it a Fatty Beer and let them know 2 goalies, 1 Mike sent you in. And, of course, as always, Extreme Discount Mattress.
We know with Skechers, your day starts with the comfort and support you need for your feet. And now that same innovation has made its way to the bedroom. Introducing the Skechers Sleep System. With cooling SketchKnit fabric, pressure-relieving Skechers Max cushioning, and our Skechers Posture Fit support system. Your day ends just like it began with Skechers comfort that never stops. Skechers mattresses, exclusively at Extreme Discount Mattress, the lowest prices in the nation.
And again, shout out again to our sponsors at Fatty Beer Company and Extreme Discount Mattress. Thank you always for the support. And again, remember, if you mention at Extreme Discount Mattress that you are a fan of the Two Goalies One Mic podcast, you get a free mattress protector with your purchase of a mattress. So at this moment, again, we'll recap in the standings. And again, I don't know if anything's changed between now and 45 minutes ago, but the Sabres are technically third in the wild card, but they're tied with Florida and with the Panthers for points with 42. Capitals have 43. We are 19, 14, and 4. The Panthers are 20, 14, and 2. Obviously, with more regulation wins and one game in hand. I don't know, again, if anything has changed between now and the last 45 minutes with the teams in front of them. So, goal scorers tonight. Obviously, Ryan McLeod, Matthias Samuelsson, Josh Norris with the empty net at the end, and Peyton Krebs on the deflection. Matthias Samuelsson with 3 points in the night. Again, just guy has been, without a doubt, their most consistent defenseman all season long. And may has come as a shock to a lot of people. And the Sabres' next game is Monday, 8 p.m. at St. Louis. Comments for after the game. Samuelsson, I think I have made a big emphasis this year on playing a 200-foot game. Get up in the rush. That's hockey. That's making plays. It was a fun night. Samuelsson says the team didn't feel great right away in the first, but got their legs going in the second and kept it going. Said that they had a puck a lot in the second. Krebs says playing with Thompson and Doan, he knows being at the net can really help, doing the right things. Says just keep doing the right things, and he knows the goals will come. Krebs says one of their best assets is getting in on the forecheck, and the other teams will make sloppy plays, and they can take advantage. Forechecking has been huge for this team, by the way. Like, they aren't getting everything done on finesse, you know what I mean? Like, which is fine. Like, it's okay, but they're absolutely out forechecking other teams, getting to the loose pucks first, finding ways to get those pucks to the net, winning puck battles. That has been huge for this team over the last this 8-game stretch. McLeod on his goal, I just close my eyes and let it go. I love that. Grip and rip, right? Lukanen on family being here tonight. It's always nice. I think we saved some nerves for my parents. It's always nice, especially when we win. Lukanen says every day is fun to come to the rink with this group. We've been through a lot, and it's a team effort right now. And for everybody, it's about being confident right now. Ruff says Samuelson's physicality has been huge. He's really been on top of his game. Says he's playing big minutes every night against the other team's top line and playing great. Him being healthy has been huge too. You know, God, I would just love, and I'm not, this isn't a complaint about Owen Power. It's not. It's not. I genuinely mean it's not, because he had a really nice play tonight and almost scored the best goal of his career, his pro career tonight. But like, I just wish he would take a little bit of that sandpaper that Samuelsson has and bring it to his game, because then we would never hear complaints about him. Ruff says with getting healthy, the lineup has gotten deeper. It's like a competition between lines now. Again, that's healthy. Like with goaltenders, like competition is healthy, even though I hate the 3 goalie rotation. It's a healthy thing, you know, when you have 2 goaltenders who are playing well and they battle back and forth for the net. Ruff says the guys wanted to win one for Dahlin. Says he talked with him around 6 p.m. tonight. Said he told him to go get some sleep, and Dahlin said no, that he's staying up to watch the game. Says the plan is for Dahlin to meet up with them in St. Louis. So that's good. Yeah, we'll have Dahlin back for potentially 9 in a row in St. Louis. Another huge game. And in my best Shoresy's voice, Wheat's team will never lose again. Yeah. Everyone's seen the show Shoresy. If they lose, we fold. Minus the fold part. Gonna go watch, actually. They just dropped the first couple episodes of the new season of Shoresy. I'm gonna go watch that on Hulu. But yeah, man. This team it feels different than 2018. It does. I think that the effort, the intensity, the urgency over these last 8 games, it's been unquestionable. And they have constantly left it all on the ice. They're blocking shots. They're getting in lanes. They're putting their bodies in harm's way to make plays. They're playing very blue-collar hockey right now. They're playing very hardest working team in hockey type of hockey right now. If you're a Sabres fan as old as I am, you know what I mean. And yeah, you have some skill and finesse in there too. But for the most part, this team is winning on just hard work and intensity through this 8-game winning streak. And I'm excited, man. It's been fun. And I just want to keep this going. Let's get to 10 games. Let's show up for this team out at the airport. We do it for the Bills. Let's do it for the Sabres. Why the fuck not? And with that being said, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Big game tomorrow night tomorrow for the Bills as they try and stay in the conversation for not just the division but for the number 1 seed. And they're finally listening and causing turnovers and on the forecheck. Every line has someone going to the net and staying there, opening ice for our skilled players to do their thing. Again, and that has been huge because when they have not played well, one of the things I scream till I'm blue in the face is get pucks and bodies to the net. 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 Well, when you do that, they win. And now they won 8 in a row. So that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this show and you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review. I'd appreciate it. And if you're watching along on Twitter or Facebook, you can find me at Duane S39. You can find the podcast at 2 Goalies 1 Mike. You can find my co-host at CHurls13 on Instagram and Twitter. You can find us on YouTube at 2 Goalies 1 Mike. I see a lot of you are commenting from YouTube, so please make sure that you're hitting that like button, hammer that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when we go live. And you, again, I can't tell you enough. Someone mentioned it earlier. You know, they kind of thanked us for being here through the tough times to make the times like this that much more better. And I appreciate the hell out of all of you for being here through the tough times, because if I didn't have this chat here, and if I didn't have you guys here to vent in the past when they were struggling, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. I don't know if I could. If I was just yelling into a void after every game. It would make it tougher, but I see you guys in the chat and you guys are celebrating with me, venting with me, you know, being indifferent with me, being optimistic with me, being cautiously optimistic, whatever it might be. You guys make this a hell of a lot more fun to do. And you guys are just a part of the show as myself and Hurls, and I couldn't thank you enough for that. So, and I'll always give the new guys a shout out when I see you. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Brandon Amthor. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before, but welcome to the program, Absolute Cinema. But again, I'm going to try and get healthy here on my own so I don't end up on the IR. Go Sabres. Go Bills tomorrow. We'll see you Monday for hopefully a big win over the St. Louis Blues as we look to keep the things going to 9 in a row and hopefully 10 in a row in Dallas. Debbie does Dallas. No, Buffalo does Dallas. Let's get a win. I'll hang up and listen. I'll talk to you later. And as always, go Sabres.